A convex polytope is something like this, right? Something like this. It's a convex polytope. So the solution space of a linear system of a linear program, okay? So you've got a set of linear inequalities between variables, is represented with a convex polytope. So as a reminder, a set of points is convex if for any 2 points x and y, you take any convex combination in this set and you are still inside the set. This is a definition of convex. So, so if I formalize this, I take any 2 points x and y. A linear combination means that you take one alpha between 0 and 1, and the linear combination is alpha x plus 1 minus alpha y. Okay? And you can really take any arbitrary value for alpha on this interval 0, 1, and you will still be inside the set S. So this is, for instance, one example of a convex set, and this, the one shaded in red, is not convex. Okay? If you take these 2 points, you take a linear combination between the 2 points, x and y, and you will be somewhere here between these 2 points on this line, and you will not be inside the red region, so it means that this is not a convex region. Okay? We have a theorem that we will not prove, is that every point in a polytope is a convex combination of its vertices. Okay? It's quite intuitive, right? If you take any point inside this polytope, it might be represented as a convex combination of 2 vertices. Okay, a vertices, if you remember, these are the vertices, right? It's really the corner here on the polytope. Another very important theorem here is that at least one of the points where the objective value is maximal is a vertex. Okay, at least one is a vertex. So you take the set of linear inequalities, you've got a polytope. We know that one optimal solution will be on a vertex, right? Somewhere on a vertex. We don't know which one, but we know that it will be at least on one of the vertices. Okay? Let's prove this theorem, because it's a very important one, so let's prove it. It's not very complex to understand the proof. And we will prove the theorem by contradiction. Let's assume that x star is the maximum. Okay, is the maximum. Since every point in a polytope is a convex combination of the vertices, okay, this is the first theorem that we assumed was true. We will reuse it. We will simply write it like this. Okay, x star is a linear combination of the set of vertices of the polytope. Okay, and if we take the objective function, it's c times x. Okay, we assume that c are the coefficient here, c times x, and we simply replace everywhere. Okay, here. We just multiply here c by x. X was this definition. We just replace. We've got this one. Okay, and again v1 until vt are all the vertices of my polytope. And we will make an assumption that the maximum is not at a vertex. Okay, the maximum is not at a vertex, so it means that for every vertices, they are suboptimal. You take any vertex I, they will be less good than the solution that we have here. Okay, for all of them, Hence, okay, this line is the same as this one. Okay, but I will take my hypothesis here. Okay, and so I've got this inequality. Okay, c times x. X is my solution that I assume is the optimal one, but it's not a vertex. Then it is less good than lambda 1 multiplied by cx star plus and so on, plus lambda t cx star. Okay, if I factorize cx star, I've got this, and by definition of a linear combination, I know that the sum of the lambda will be equal to 1, and so I've got cx star less than cx star. Okay, And this is clearly what we call a contradiction. It's impossible that Cx star is less than Cx star because it's the same value. Hence, it must be the case, okay, that one of the hypotheses was not true, and so it must be the case that for some I, okay, it is at least as good as the optimal solution, okay. So it must be that the optimal solution is equally good to at least one of the vertex. Okay, so there is at least one vertex that is a vertex with the optimal solution. So this can provide us a very naive algorithm, but still it's a valid algorithm for finding the optimal solution to a linear program. We just need to enumerate all the vertices. We select the one with the largest objective value, and we can find the optimal solution to the linear program. But there is a problem with this approach, is that the number of vertices grows exponentially with the number of inequalities. Okay, so this is the drawback of this approach, and the answer, the big question is, can we do better than this? And the good news is yes, we can do better than this with an algorithm that is very famous, that is called the simplex algorithm. Just to give you an intuition, and then we will enter into the details, the simplex algorithm will move. It will move from one vertex to the next, like this. It will follow a path of vertices adjacent to each other, but every time it makes a move, it will improve the solution. Okay, we will always go a little bit, we will always improve a little bit the objective function, but we will move from one vertex to the next, and all of them are adjacent. Okay, and we will follow a path like this one on the polytope. And we can stop until there is no more improving neighbor vertex. Okay, and this will guarantee optimality. Okay, the stopping criteria will guarantee that we can do that, and we will still be able to find the optimal solution because of the convexity of the polytope. Okay, that's called the simplex algorithm. And in the following, we will detail the algorithm on how to move from one vertex to the next. And moving from one vertex to the next is what we call a pivot. Okay, and then we will explain how to operate this pivot operation to move from one vertex to the next. And you will do that, you will pivot until no more improving neighbor vertices is possible.